they have a quality, much like my Knicks have, which is you can tell that
I was wondering how
teams,
this was going to get to the Knicks somehow, and there it is. But then afterward, the part that really just made me laugh a bunch is he just goes, "I get it."
Yeah,
like just so sad.
He was like resigned.
He was so resigned. Like, yeah, I understand.
I get it. He's really good.
It.
We've lost 3 games against them. Had that crazy low-scoring rock fight that was where we held them to 74-point game, and it just gave me like 90s PTSD. Like I just don't want to see it.
I don't want to be a part of that story.
He doesn't want to be a part of it. He doesn't want to be a part of it.
Jason.
Yes.
I know that we are an NBA podcast.
That's correct.
That's what we talk about. But have you been watching the NCAA tournament?
Of course I have.
You been? Did you watch? So we recorded this on Tuesday. Last night, Iowa played, which we've talked about. We've talked about Caitlin on the show before. We're big fans of Caitlin. Did you watch last night when she was just talking so much shit?
She was talking a lot. She was talking a lot of shouts to West Virginia with a great defensive scheme. I thought, particularly in the first, great of really just trying to throw.
They made it a game.
They made it a game. The shooting was not great, and it was very physical. But ultimately, Iowa's just better. Really fun. I've been watching a lot, man. I'm pulling for Stanford and South Carolina. We'll see who makes it through, but those are the teams I'm pulling for right now.
Really? I love it. So you have Cameron Brink talking shit, Angel Reese talking shit, Caitlin Clark talking shit. Everybody's talking shit. Yeah. South Carolina
I like it. Paige Becker's talking shit. I like it.
Paige Becker. The Caitlin one last night was made me very happy because what happens is she's out on the perimeter. As you mentioned, the game is physical. Little crossover, gets into the paint and one layup. And then just starts screaming, "Shut the fuck up!" at the crowd.
Yeah.
And it's a home game. It's a home game. Yeah. She's mad at everybody. She's mad at every single person who is not Caitlin Clark, and it rules. It's so exciting watching when you know, all right, we're headed now towards it. Now it's like getting serious. We're about to see all of the big matchups we want to see: LSU, South Carolina, Stanford. Iowa, like all of the big teams now are about to run into
USC. It's fun.
Oh, USC, fucking Juju.
Juju.
Oh God.
Let me just say about Juju. How cool is it to be? It's the same thing with Caitlin in Iowa. It's like you're a local player. You're from the city. Then you go to a local high school, and then you go to USC. That's must be so awesome. That must be so cool.
I can only imagine being that good at something and then getting to do it.
Well, if I would have applied myself, I could have gone to the NBA.
You think so?
But yeah, I think so. But it's just like, it's been done. I didn't want to, I was like, I don't want to be a follower. It's been done.
I remember being in high school and having like a serious version of that conversation. Like if I really wanted to. If I trained for like if I could do it if I wanted to.
Yeah.
But the issue is I'm just like a few inches too short. Right. I'm only 5'7". I need to be at least, and then somebody would be like, "What about Muggsy Bogues?"
Oh, yeah. Fuck. Muggsy blew the whole thing up.
He ruined it for all of us.
I know.
He ruined it for us. We could have all lied and said, were we 5 inches taller, we could have been in the league. But fucking Muggsy Bogues ruined it for everybody. You want to start the show?
Let's start the show.
From Wondery, I'm Shea Serrano.
And I'm Jason Concepcion.
And this is 6 Trophies.
Hello! I'm Jason Concepcion, and welcome to 6 Trophies, a podcast series hosted by myself and Shea Serrano, in which we comb through all the NBA news from the past week and hand out 6 pop culture themed trophies for 6 basketball related activities. This episode, the Houston Rockets lift off. Jonte Porter, call that number, my guy. You better call that telephone number. A-Rod and partner are broke? No, they got money again. All that and more. Let's hand out some trophies.
I don't even know what to do on this one. Do you salute? Do you stand up?
Wow.
That's another new submission. Every week now, people send us versions of themselves playing the Royal Fanfare clip that we started the show with. We've had a saxophone, we had a trombone. We get a bunch of them. This week we chose whatever that thing was.
Talk box?
A talk box.
Talk box
a talk
or something?
box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hank. His name is Hank. Not Hank. Hank. Henk. Verschure sent it to me on Instagram. I assume he lives in a different country. All of it because his name is Hank instead of Hank. I don't know. Who knows?
6 trophies.
But
the movement has gone international, folks.
we are the internationally renowned, award-winning. Oh wait, award-winning. Is
World-winning.
Is that anything? No. Is that another?
Well, no, let it go. I'm gonna let it ride.
He sent it to us. He played it on his talk box. I asked what instrument that was, like Roger Troutman. We do 2 sets of trophies, the big trophies and the little trophies. The big trophies are up first. These ones are the same every week. First up, the Denzel Washington and Training Day trophy, given out to whoever it is who had the best overall performance of the week. This week's winner, the San Antonio Spurs, on a 1-game winning streak. I went to the game last night when we beat Phoenix. Jeremy Sohan went fucking nuts. The Jeremy Sohan
crazy.
Redemption Tour begins now. The best game of his career. Game-winning three-pointer, 100 points, 100 rebounds. The Spurs they're not the winners this week. The actual winners, Zuri, play some booze. The actual winners, Houston Rockets. Oh, my God.
Here they come. Look
Here
out,
they
everybody.
come.
Here they come.
9-game winning streak for the first time in 1,000 years.
Look out. And
Jalen Green looks like a monster.
Oh man, Jalen Green is now cooking. It's taken him a little time to warm into it, but boy, man, he's doing some things. All of this without Alperen and Şengün. And man, the people have spent all this time wondering, how could the Lakers make a dent in the playoff picture? How could do the Warriors have a shot to get a look out? Because here come the Rockets. Look out!
They have officially become the Rockets are playing tonight. Let's turn the game on. They've become one of those teams that you want to watch now. They're playing basketball, Jason.
Yeah, they have a quality, much like my Knicks have, which is you can tell that
I was wondering how
teams,
this is going to get to the Knicks somehow. And
you can tell that teams just are annoyed by them. That teams are annoyed by the Rockets.
Yes.
You can tell that teams are like, you guys are really going to play this hard? Can you just stop? Yeah. Can you just stop it? You just fucking go away already and stop doing this.
This was supposed to be an easy win. We looked at the schedule. We saw an easy win. And now you're out here fucking diving after loose balls and crashing the boards.
7th in the league in defense, and they get after it. I think the additions of Fred VanVleet, really, veteran presence on that squad with the young guys that they have is really starting to pay off. You have Dylan the Villain, who, whatever you want to say about him, has added. I think has given this team somewhat of an identity, certainly on the defensive end, and they're just a nasty, mean team.
They are a team that you do not look forward to playing anymore, at least right now anyway. I still can't believe 9 straight wins. It feels like not but a couple of weeks ago we were talking about how terrible they were and how they've been terrible for a number of years. And then all of a sudden it just started snapping together.
Jalen Green is taking Steph Curry-ish look away threes now. The swagger is emanating from him. And have beaten some good squads. The Cavaliers, your Spurs are not a good squad, but they did beat them. The Kings.
Jalen was chosen Western Conference Player of the Week. His last 8 games, almost 30 points, over 29 points per game, 6 rebounds, 3.6 assists per game. he's doing what we were all sort of hoping that he was going to do. Certainly what Houston was hoping he was going to do. He had 172 points over a 5-game span, which is the most since James Harden was down there doing James Harden-y kind of things. It's really great. You know what? Every time the Rockets start getting good, well, I guess on this current streak, as the Rockets have been getting good, it reminds me of there's a guy named Roosh Williams, and Roosh was somebody that I met when I was working. I lived in Houston for 14 years. I was freelancing for the Houston Press, covering all the like underground rap stuff. And he was a rapper in Houston, Roosh Williams. And that's how I come to meet him. And then eventually he stopped rapping. I think he went to law school as well, if I'm not mistaken. And now he's like a sports media person, and he's very good at it. He covers the Rockets. And it just makes me so mad when somebody's very talented in a number of. He's also very handsome.
I hate that.
I hate that.
What are you doing? Yeah, don't do that.
It's too many things.
Stop doing
too many things.
I don't like that. Jalen Green said after he tied his 42-point career high that what's been motivating him is, quote, my family and my baby. I'm so while we're talking about things that annoy us, I'm so annoyed at my mom for not dedicating her career high to me. She never did that.
People are mad at. Now. We're two people in this week.
She never went for 40 in a big game and dedicated it to me.
We're mad at Roosh Williams and Jason's mom so far. Let's keep track of that. Ime? Is this redemption week for Ime? Redemption 2 weeks for Ime?
He's a good coach, man. I mean, this is one thing you can say about him is he's a good basketball coach, and he's a difference maker, particularly on the defensive end for the teams that he coaches. And man, it's showing. It's showing right now. Like this, it's really showing. This is a team that's going to be here for a while on the come up, and it's really fun, man, watching these young teams start to emerge. OKC obviously took a huge leap this season, but now you have the Rockets coming up, the Spurs, whatever the record says right now, everybody understands the Spurs are coming. Like, get your licks in now before Wemby gets a cast around him.
Please, God, I hope that's true.
Get your licks in right now. And it's just cool to watch the league turning over like this. Is like the stalwart kind of like teams, the Lakers, the Warriors, even the Suns, who are not like, they're not like an iconic, long-running contender, but they're kind of a version of that super team mindset that seems to be on the way out. You know, watching these teams fade away and these younger teams come up, it's really fun.
The thing of Jalen Green saying, what was motivating him was his family, his baby. It reminds me of remember when Fred VanVleet, him and his wife had a baby during the playoffs? And he just became unguardable for fucking 6 weeks. And then I think if you want to put together a like championship caliber team, is you just got to get a bunch of dudes to all
have kids,
have kids, all within like a 6-month window, and you become the '92 Dream Team. It would be incredible. Next trophy. The Lauryn Hill. You might win some, but you just lost one trophy. Given out to the player or team who had the worst performance of the week. Oh, man.
This week's winner,
Jontay Porter. You knew it was coming. You knew it was going to happen eventually. What was it, 2 weeks ago we were talking about? Wait, let's explain first what happened with Jontay. Jason, will you explain?
Okay, so Jontay Porter is a backup center, stretch shooting center for the Toronto Raptors. He has been suspended pending an investigation into very, very strange betting patterns involving prop bets centered around Jontay. For a number of betting cycles in a row, props centered around Jontay were like the biggest money earners in NBA gambling on, crazy. I think, a number of different sites. And two of those games involve betting the under. So the under hit huge on these games. And in two of those games, Jontay was checked out with some kind of strange injury. One of the, I think the one was, they said it was like they said that an eye injury that he'd suffered in a previous game had kind of like flared up again. And the other one, he felt ill. And so obviously this is not looking good. There's a video of him grimacing after banking in a three, like looking weirdly upset that he banked in a three. Is making the rounds on the internet. That is circumstantial evidence. I just heard a podcast clip from a few years ago in which Jonte talks about how he turned $5,000 into $100,000 on Robinhood, the stock market app. Mm-hmm. And obviously the allegations, the fact that multiple people were pounding the under in these bets tells you that potentially Jonte was sharing this information, like, hey, I'm going to check myself out. And people knew about this. So this is bad. This is as bad as it gets.
Yeah. It's not awesome.
No.
It's not awesome. So to go to finish my earlier sentence, we were talking a couple of weeks ago about this was going to happen. Like, you can't have sports gambling so intertwined, like within the fabric now of the actual sport. You can get, like, there's in-app wagering that you can do on NBA league passes. Like, you can't have that and then expect for something like this to never happen. It was going to happen. It's with a person that not a lot of people know. I assume a bunch of listeners, now this is the first time hearing his name. So you take a player like that and find out, oh, this was the biggest money earner on an app. It seems not like an accident, not like a coincidence. And it sucks a ton. It sucks a ton, especially to hear like now all these stories are coming out or people are mentioning like other coaches are relaying like, oh, we were at a game one time and they got mad at Victor Oladipo because he didn't shoot an open three at the end of the game. Somebody's losing their mind behind us. He was gambling on the game. Like we're getting a bunch of stories like that now. And I hate it. I don't like it.
I don't like it at all. I think the thing that I'm worried about, I'm sure the NBA is worried about it as well, is that they caught Jonte because he was making these bets on sites that are regulated, like part of the legal gambling movement, and they have various triggers and algorithms that sense strange patterns in betting, and he obviously triggered those things. But it had to become a pattern, right? There were several of these bets were placed, and he was the center of the main money making bets for several betting cycles. I would imagine that there's smarter players out there in this kind of dark gambling universe, ones who would be more clever about not leaving a pattern. And that's the thing that's like scary, is who's out there that you're not catching because they're smarter than Jonte Porter, allegedly, if he allegedly did these things. That's a real thing to worry about. I don't like it.
A thing that, add this to the list of things we do not like. Roosh Williams, Jason's mom, gambling on. Okay. I was so sad to read the Tyrese Halliburton quote. This is a quote. I'll just relay it. Not everybody cares how we feel. To half the world. I'm just helping them make money on DraftKings or whatever. I'm a prop. That's what my social media mostly consists of. That's just, what a bummer.
It's a bummer, man.
He's becoming a big star in the league, and this is the thing that's in his brain, rattling around all the time. That's such a bummer.
We didn't even mention the Shohei Ohtani stuff, which is currently emerging. Shohei did a big interview yesterday in which he explained the situation, put the blame squarely on his former translator for basically embezzling money for him to use to cover his own gambling debts. I found that very believable, but man, gambling addiction, it's bad. And the fact that like gambling sites, people who lend money to gamblers can get leverage over athletes in any kind of way is it's a terrifying thing to think about.
Like, did you not watch Blue Chips?
Come on, guys. Did you not watch Blue Chips?
Watch Blue Chips.
Just watch Blue. I'll sit there and I will watch it with you.
When in doubt, throw on Blue Chips. Next trophy. Dominic Toretto, I live my life a quarter mile at a time trophy, given out to a player team who made a short-term decision with no regard for future consequence. This week's winner, James Harden, closing out on Kawhi Leonard on a contested Kawhi Leonard jump shot, which, just a reminder, Kawhi Leonard and James Harden play for the same team. They're both on the same team, and he's trying to. What a great moment this is. James passes the ball out to Kawhi, who's wide open, and then runs at him and tries to block the shot in the game, not in like shooting practice. In the game.
Now,
hilarious.
I can honestly say that I had never seen this before.
Never.
Never in an actual, like in a real game.
We just watched the coach do it.
I did, yeah.
We just watched Boston Celtics coach.
But at least he was on the other team. I've never seen this ever in my life. Now, Harden was of course asked about it. They were playing the Blazers and they were up 20 points on the Blazers. And, you know, the Clippers have been going through kind of a little bit of a malaise lately, which continues, by the way, to this day. More on that in a bit. And Harden basically said, well, I was just trying to bring a little excitement, a little levity to the team. And then he said, and then he closed with, you know, it would have been better if he made the shot.
That's the crazy part, is that he did a good job of contesting it. He forced a miss. Whose stats does that go under? Like, does that get credited to James for a defensive stop? How does that work?
How does that work? And the other thing is, listen, I mean, it's been a little while since the James Harden is bad at defense, like memes have been circulating. I think they're a little overblown. But that, again, to your point, that was a good closeout.
It was a good closeout.
We don't think of Harden as a guy closing hard on shooters on the perimeter. It is so funny.
It was, unreal. I think I did appreciate, especially about this. Number one, it's just a very hilarious thing. It's maybe the funniest thing James Harden has ever done on a basketball court. Up there with his like post, I just made a defender fall down, I'm going to shimmy before I shoot the three, up there with that. But I did appreciate that when he closed out on him, he gave the shooter space to land. He didn't get under, it was a good closeout. It was a textbook closeout. Way to go, James Harden. Next trophy. The Daniel Plainview, I've abandoned my child. I've abandoned my boy trophy, which is given out to a player or team we're temporarily giving up on for the week. This week's winner, Decorum. We're giving up on Decorum. Everybody's giving up on Decorum. It's out of here.
It's just been it's been a spicy week for quotes, for after game quotations.
Let's go through them. You had Bol. The Suns are playing the Spurs. Bol's
So
out there guarding Wemby. Gets called for a foul and then tells the referees, that's caught clearly on the mics at the court, that they're dick riding. And then the best part, saying you're dick riding is like a funny thing for a basketball player to say to a referee.
It is funny
in and of itself. But then afterward, the part that really just made me laugh a bunch is he just goes, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, just so sad.
He was like resigned.
He was so resigned, like, yeah, I understand.
I get it. He's really good. He's better than me. I get it.
Oh my goodness. There was some stat going around afterward about Wemby has more blocks in less than 70 career NBA games than Bol has had in 4 or whatever years in his entirety of the NBA. I get it. Like, he was so sad about it, which is, it's just funny. So you've got that one. Who else do we have?
You have Josh Hart.
You have Josh Hart, your guy Josh Hart.
After Josh Hart and the Villanova Knicks beat their Villanova teammate Mikal Bridges and the Brooklyn Nets, Josh Hart was asked what it's like. What's it like having your former Villanova teammate, Mr. Bridges, on the other team and beating him? And Josh said, quote, "It's like that SpongeBob meme when Squidward is looking out the window and he sees SpongeBob and Patrick having fun." Mikhail is Squidward. More Decorum abandoning moments. You had DeMar DeRozan and Dylan Brooks getting into it after DeMar kind of unceremoniously trucked over Jalen Green, and then Dylan Brooks came up behind him, and you had a little scuffle and ejections, and then you had Chris Dunn and Jabari Smith Jr. throwing fists. Getting into it, getting active.
To your
on
point
the court.
earlier about people are mad that they have to play the Rockets, just full on punching them. You had Rudy Gobert also telling the referees that they're rigging the games because like everybody just gave up on decorum. Decorum is out of here. No more decorum in your normal life. No more. Just don't have it. The thing you want to say, but in your brain is saying, don't say that. You'd be a jerk if you said that. Just say it. It's fine. Everybody's doing it.
You know what? I'm going to take that to heart. And after this, I'm going to call my mom up and be like, why didn't you score 40 in the game and dedicate it to me? Why did that never happen?
I got a phone call from my mom. My mom never calls me. Not ever. As far as she is concerned, her phone only receives phone calls. It does not send phone calls out. Right. So she never, ever calls me. And I was sitting at work one day and I got a phone call. It was like 11 o'clock in the morning. The thing popped up. So I'll picture my mom. Oh, my God, my mom is calling me. And then immediately, before I could answer it, it hung up. And I was like, no, she finally called and I didn't get a chance to answer. I called her back within 1 second. And then she said, I didn't mean to call you. I was deleting my phone log. And I accidentally touched your name.
Deleting my phone log?
I don't know why you would delete your phone log, but that's what she was in the middle of. She was probably on the phone with Jonte, betting the under. That's what was happening.
Money is moving, folks.
Allegedly.
Man, Adam Silver is about to drop an apartment building on Jonte. Allegedly, if that turns out to be true.
Next trophy, the Chief Keef, that's that shit I don't like trophy, which is given out to a player or team who does something, and we just don't like it. We don't like it. I don't like it. This week's winner, Alex Rodriguez, affording or not affording an NBA basketball team. What's going on here?
So, Glenn Taylor, the long-running owner of the Minnesota Timberwolves, has been trying to sell this team for quite a while. You might have noticed Alex Rodriguez looking incredibly tan, sitting courtside at Timberwolves games for a while now. He and his partner, Mark Lore, have been attempting to buy the team, and there is a multi-tiered process to buy the team. You have to put in, they've agreed upon a payment schedule that would allow them to take on ownership of the team, but they were scheduled to make that final $300 million payment. Damn. Imagine, whoa.
That's not even all of it. That's the final.
And their backers, their financial backers, the Carlyle Group, were like, we're not doing anything. We're out. So they had to scramble around and find a new backer, and they did in Dial Capital Partners. But all I'm saying is it good when your new owners don't have money? Is that good? Because it looks like to me that the new owners of the Timberwolves, a very expensive team with a lot of decisions to make in a new, a more aggressive cap environment, kind of don't have any money.
I don't know if that's good. It might be good. Maybe it would be good, but I don't know for certain. I'm with you on that. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It's crazy that this is all happening too while the Timberwolves have suddenly gotten good. Right now they're third. They were in first for a while. Now they've dropped down to third. It's just, I don't know what's happening. It's Alex Rodriguez. What are you going to do?
They've been, Rodriguez and Lore has started the process to buy the team in 2021. So they've had the Timberwolves on layaway for a while. And they've made 2 installments of payments, purchasing about 20% of the franchise. So it's 20% of approximately $1.5 billion that the team was valued at. Glenn Taylor indicated that the duo would need to raise about $600 million more to complete the purchase, and this is where we've hit this snag. And then Zuri, you noticed something about Dial Capital.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's weird that Dial Capital has bought into 2 NBA teams in the last few years. They have a part ownership with the Kings and the Suns. And I don't know, to your earlier question, is it normal that an investment firm owns 3 teams in the NBA? I just feel like that's some kind of collusion. Or that doesn't feel right.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't. But listen, what do I know about money, right? I don't know anything. But it just seems weird to me that the same entity would own pieces of multiple
all of their
teams.
favorite players to one team. I don't know, but it's a little strange.
Yeah, I don't know. But this story really spoke to me because if there's something that I know, it's missing a payment. I've been there. Never for an NBA team, but I've been there. I know it's not a great feeling. You're like, what? It got declined? No. I just know. What?
Why did my car get towed? I don't know.
Yeah, what?
Where's my car? Jason, my car got declined last week. Oh my God. All right. This is going to be, this is a 2-minute.
I can't wait.
This has nothing to do with basketball.
Yeah, good.
But I was in the backyard. My wife got a new dog maybe like 6 months ago, a little tiny dog, like a little lap dog. And so I was taking her out, and we went out into the backyard, and we have like one of those wrought iron gates that you can just like see through. So you could like, we can look directly into our neighbor's backyard. There's a guy who lives behind us, been there for a while. But to the right of us, there's like a green belt, right, where they can't build. There's a little bit of nature right there. And the dog, Penny, got through the gate. She just shot through the gate. And I was like, oh, fuck. I'm toast. I was in just like shorts and slides and whatever. And I took off running like through the front of the gate, come through the back, cut through the guy's backyard, and was calling. Her name is Penny. I'm screaming, Penny, Penny. She saw like a deer or something and took off after it. And so she's just gone, just out of sight. And I call Laramie, and I'm like, Laramie, Penny got out. Come outside. I don't know what was going to happen. I just knew I couldn't lose that dog. And I was in the woods now, just like in the thick of it, running through bushes, calling, trying to find this dog. And then eventually, after like a minute and a half, I saw the deer. There was a deer there. And I just ran at the deer. I was like, well, Penny's probably somewhere by the deer. I'm going to go to the deer. And I ran toward it. It was like hissing. Deer apparently make like a hissing, like a clucking sort of weird sound. He was doing that at me as he was running from me. But sure enough, there was Penny come running up the other side. Went to chase her. I eventually caught her. Got her back home, do whatever. But because of that, I said, all right, I'm going to go to Lowe's, and I'm going to get some chicken wire and put it on the bottom of our gate so she can't get out anymore. And I went to Lowe's, and I loaded up like a couple of spools of chicken wire and a toolbox, because I don't own a toolbox. And then my card got declined. And I got an alert from Bank of America that said fraud detected, because I never have gone to Lowe's to buy anything.
Yeah. Someone's trying to buy tools. We know that's not you, Shay.
Shouldn't you be like at a comic book store or the flea market? You don't go to Lowe's. Something is wrong immediately. What a disaster. What an absolute disaster. All right, next trophy. The Step Brothers Catalina Wine Mixer Trophy, which is given out to the thing we're most excited about for the upcoming week. This week's winner, playoffs preview, baby. We got a Knicks-Magic matchup. Oh, my God. As a Knicks fan, looking at a potential matchup with the Magic in the playoffs, just based off seeding right now, it could happen. How are you feeling about this?
This is how I feel. I don't like it, and I don't want to play the Magic. We're 1-4 against them this season. They match up really well against the Knicks. We've got some live young players. Paolo Banchero is a budding superstar. They're gritty. They don't stop. Suggs is a difference maker defense-wise, and they just like keep crashing into you in waves. and I don't want to play them. I'm hoping that the New York Knicks can climb to third and just, number one, escape Boston's side of the bracket and not have to play the Magic, because the Magic are legit, and they're a team that people should be paying attention to right now, because they are just a very, very tough defensive squad. Third best defense in the league right now, second best defense in the league. They are legit. They're very, very good with a positive net rating. Look out for them now and going forward, because they're good, and I don't want to play them. That's how I feel.
Okay, so if we remove Orlando from that spot, the Knicks have to play somebody in the playoffs. Do you choose 76ers, Heat, or Pacers? That's 6, 7, and 8 right now. Let's assume that stays that way.
Who would I want to play? Honestly, I wouldn't mind playing the 76ers. I wouldn't mind playing the Pacers. The Heat look like they're getting their act together right now, which I don't like, but I wouldn't mind. I think that would be a really, really fun matchup. But this Magic, I think we match up pretty well with all those teams. I think it would be a very tough series against all of them, but the Magic actually scare me. I'm actually worried about them. They're a team that I'm not. I've just, again, we've lost 3 games against them, had that crazy low scoring rock fight that was where we held them to 74 point game. And it just gave me 90s PTSD. I just don't want to see it. The Magic they're a good squad.
Is there a chance that somebody is watching this Magic team and being like, I'm the missing piece. Let me just go here for a season. Not this year, but maybe next season. Let me get over there and see if we can get a championship. Man,
that's a good question. I kind of think about it this way, because I think, what they need, Fultz is kind of slowly being eliminated from the rotation. His minutes have been kind of shrinking. Suggs has really emerged as an important cog. I think some sort of perimeter playmaking that could help them get into their offense a little bit better. A guy that can take because right now Banchero is the scoring is on his shoulders. Somebody that can take that away from him. Who that would be, I don't know. I just know I don't want them to get that player also. It's not even just that I don't want the Knicks to play them. I don't want them to get any good players.
How about, let me paint you an absolutely awful picture. The Knicks and the Magic play in the playoffs. The Magic beat the Knicks in 6. The Knicks had the lead at home. They had a chance to close it out. They couldn't.
Why do you have to make it like that?
Did they get the Knicks out of there? Next season, you know who has a player option next season? Jalen Brunson. And he's going to get over there.
No, that won't happen.
Let me do a Kevin Durant. We lost to the Warriors. Let me go and join and then win a championship.
He would actually be a great guy for them, but that won't happen. That wouldn't happen. And the Knicks losing. As for the Knicks losing in the playoffs, it'd be devastating. But if it was injury related, I think everybody would kind of get it. The Knicks, they just need to get healthy right now. At this point, it looks like Mitchell Robinson is the closest injured player they have to returning. No timetable on Julius Randle. No timetable, concerningly, on OG Anunoby. And so and you've got, Josh Hart and Deuce McBride playing crazy minutes. So they've just got to get healthy. And if they lose in the first round because of injuries and stuff, I don't think it would be that. It would be very, very disappointing, but I don't think it'd be the worst thing ever.
We'll do the little trophies.
Let's do it.
Let's do the little trophies. These ones change each week and are situation specific. They're for the smaller storylines that we want to mention, but don't need to get all the way into. My first little trophy, the Benjamin Button, for what it's worth, it's never too late, or in my case, too early, to be whoever you want to be trophy. Brad Pitt doing the thing of let me make my voice sound like I'm
a little
really
old.
Insightful right now.
Yeah. He puts a little wisdom on it. We'll sprinkle a little wisdom on that.
to Kyrie Irving for wondering aloud if he's the NBA's Benjamin Button after notching his third dunk of the season, which is the most dunks he's ever had in a season. He started asking, hey, am I Benjamin Button? Maybe I'm getting more athletic now that I'm in my 30s. That would be pretty awesome.
The alley-oop from Luka, I didn't know that he had it like that.
No.
My first little trophy is the Oliver Quick in Saltburn. I'm sorry, my performance wasn't good enough trophy, too. To Monty Williams for saying of Dante DiVincenzo, who broke the Knicks single-game three-point record, I don't care about their team, yada, yada, yada. Play the clip, Zuri.
I don't care about their team at all. I could care less. Those guys, the way they got those threes, I don't want to be a part of that story.
I don't want to be a part of that story.
He doesn't want to be a part of it. He doesn't want to be a part of it. He doesn't want to be a part of it. Okay.
We got to save that one. Zuri, add that to the soundboard. I don't want to be a part of that story. Anytime the Spurs lose and somebody asks me about it, I don't want to be a part of that story. My second little trophy, the Rafiki and the Lion King. You won't find him here. The King has returned trophy. To Russell Westbrook, thank God, who is moving off the injured list and into the rotation list following his surgery to repair a fracture in his left hand. He's back, baby. The King is back.
My second little trophy is the Pop Smoke, I get it, then flip it, then double it trophy to Domas Sabonis for breaking Kevin Love's double-double streak record with his 54th double-double. I feel like a record that people aren't really talking about. Maybe
I don't think anybody cares for some reason.
But I mean, like, really, that's a really awesome achievement. That's really cool and hard to do.
I thought it would have been higher, honestly. Maybe that's
54?
Part of it.
54 games?
Double-double. Yeah. Like, you know, it's surprising. It's surprising that it's only 54.
54? Come on.
Add myself to the list of things I don't like. I'm mad that I just said that right now.
Wait, let me just say, is it more or less impressive that one of the games that kept the streak alive was he didn't get double-digit rebounds, but he got 10 assists?
No, that makes it better.
Okay.
Yeah. My last little trophy. The Sean William Scott in Old School. Yes, that's awesome trophy. To the Sacramento Kings for the incredible play. Keon Ellis blocks a layup, sparks a fast break, transition into a Fox Monk alley-oop. Just incredible from one end of the court to the other.
I saw Old School in the theater, and that scene, what unfolds after that clip, made me laugh so hard that I had pain in my pain in my stomach. I felt like I was doing sit-ups. It just hurt so bad.
Sean William Scott is the most like early 2000s actor to have ever lived. Like that's just he's that time period. He could have only existed during that time period.
My final little trophy is the Identity. Listen to me, dude. I'm having a really fucked up, really wet, very bad fucking day trophy to Ty Lue for saying when asked what, the Clippers have been struggling for an identity. What do you think your identity is? And Ty Lue said,
I think, we're soft.
That could be an identity. Oh my
wow.
God. Decorum. Okay. Decorum is out.
Decorum is out. Our identity is we're soft. Whoa.
I really liked Identity. Did you? I assume you liked that movie.
I liked it. Yeah, I liked that movie.
Okay.
I thought it was a very I didn't know where it was going, and I liked it.
Me neither. Some good John Cusack right there. Some good John Cusack. Jason, another perfect episode. Oh my goodness.
What an incredible run. Incredible run of perfection. The world winning.
World winning. That's something. I don't care. We close every episode just by saying the names of underappreciated old basketball players with no context at all while the theme music carries us out. Zuri, will you play the theme music, please? I'm Shea Serrano. That's Jason Concepcion. Producer Zuri in the shadows making the noises. See y'all next Wednesday. Blue Edwards.
Oh, Blue Edwards. Jermaine O'Neal.
Ah, yes. I just rewatched Malice at the Palace. It's on Netflix. Eric Lechner.
Meta World Peace. I'm doing in honor of John Tay. I'm doing all guys that have been suspended for big multi-game numbers.
The great team. Lee Mayberry.
Ooh. Chris Birdman Anderson.
Moochie Norris.
Oh, Moochie!
This is all Vancouver Grizzlies.
Rashard Lewis.